Hi everyone. As you probably all know by now, Averil passed away on October 30th of this year, um, or last year. I don't know when this is coming out in typical fashion. I wanted to give you all an update and, kind of touch base. It's been obviously a long time since we posted. I guess, for those of you who haven't been following our Instagram and some of our posts and stuff, um, Averil was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in June of 2024. And, she went through chemo, which went really well. And then November of last year, it spread to her brain. And they tried a bunch of stuff and things would work for a few months and then they'd stop working. Um, and, her brain was a supercomputer, and I guess it was just too complicated, too powerful. There was nothing that they had left in the toolbox, and so in October she passed away. Obviously, it's been a hard time, but I've had some time to reflect. And first of all, I have to thank everybody because, as I think I posted, but I realized how lucky we were that for 10 years we got to just be best friends that got to hang out and somehow make a living. We would spend all of our time together watching movies and talking about movies and silly, stupid things and drinking wine and laughing, so much laughter. And I'm so grateful to all of you for that because, it's such a unique and wonderfully rare thing to get to do. So really, truly thank you from the bottom of my heart for making that a thing that we got to do for at least as long as we got to. And thank you to our Patreon supporters because, the viewing parties are an opportunity now to watch a movie with Averil again. As you all know, watching movies with Ave was the absolute best. Her cackle, her attention to wigs and costumes and details are things that will never leave me. And I think, as you have all commented, have stuck with so many of you as well. And I think it's such a touching tribute to her and who she was, how bright and full of life. And that's how we will all remember her. We're going to have a celebration of life in February. And so I would like to ask for your help. I'm going to post on our Patreon. I'm going to change our Patreon to be free for everyone, so that anyone who wants to watch the viewing parties, can. I want everyone to be able to share that part of Averil. And I'm going to post on Patreon with a few things. I'd like to put together a best of Averil on MovieBitches montage or some sort of supercut type thing. So I'll figure out exactly the best way to do it. But if we can, I'll be posting on Patreon different things, asking people for help. There's also several videos that we filmed that I have tried to edit but have had a hard time with. And so a while back, people had reached out offering to help edit, and I don't really have your info anymore. So if there's people that wouldn't mind helping, at least do some first passes and stuff like that, email me, Andrew at moviebitches.xyz, and I would appreciate the help because I want to make sure that everything that we filmed gets out there. I think the last video that we'll do was Anastasia, which was one of Averil's favorites, and so I think that's kind of perfect. But there's some mail times and other stuff that we have filmed that we need to edit. I need to edit. And so your help would be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry about the cricket. There's not Averil here to accidentally stomp and kill it on the carpet. I don't remember what video that was from, so if anyone knows, comment below, because I'm not going to be able to edit it in, I'm sorry to say, unless I find it, but I highly doubt it. I think it was a Christmas episode. At some point, I'd like to really figure out a way to make like a master collection of all of Averil's references, all of the stuff that she said, oh my God, it's this crazy noir, whatever. and make a bit of like an Averil curriculum so that we have all of that preserved, and we can have the time code of what she said about which movie. So keep an eye out. At some point I'll figure out the best mechanism, if it's like a Google Doc or whatever. If people have ideas on how to do it, comment below and let me know. And then I don't know what I'll do next. Maybe I'll have Lee help me open an OnlyFans. I don't know. But I don't see a future for MovieBitches without Averil. But I will want to do something. I really treasure the community that we've built. We've really come to know so many of you, and it was so touching. So many of you say it felt like you were hanging out with friends. I think for Ave and I, not only were we just hanging out having fun, but I think we really found a nice place on the internet that can be so terrible with all of you, where it's been warm and friendly, and we really appreciate that. So anyway, before I get too teary, I will just lift a glass to Averil and say cheers, and I will talk to you guys soon.